Since its debut in 2010, Antoine Bauza's Seven Wonders has been a huge success, with multiple expansions released for the game, with the game line being entirely redone in 2020 to incorporate all the promo cards that had been released and just rebalance all the little details, little things you discover after 10 years of gameplay. So, it's no surprise that Seven Wonders has been a success given its strong design, but now there is a spin-off game that uses familiar elements of Seven Wonders while being its own thing. Seven Wonders Architects is a game for 2 to 7 players. It plays in only 25 minutes. It's got a drafting take on it, but I'll talk about the gameplay details in another video. Right now, I just want to give you an overview of what this game is like. Now, I'll mention first off, it's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. I played it a couple of times in electronic form. I did not imagine it would come in a box like this, but let's look at what's inside. I've already removed the shrink wrap from the game. Now we can take a look inside. And we start with stickers, along with before your first game, some instructions. You're going to attach these stickers to things within the box and sort cards in particular ways, and it's all explained at the top here. You got rules, which are fairly slim. And now we've got the wonders themselves. So each player is going to have one of these 7 wonders. These pieces all punch out, and on the back of them shows the unfinished wonder, the structure that you have, as well as what you need to get in order to complete a level. They must all be built from bottom to top. The game is going to end when someone completes a wonder. They don't necessarily win because there are other ways to score points. There are some other tokens that give bonuses. I believe those are the science bonuses in the game. I have, as I mentioned, I think, I have played a couple times electronically, but it's been a while. So you see all the different wonders, other tokens. All right, we'll get the details of play in a separate video. A little stand to hold something. And now card trays, because each player is going to take the pieces of their wonder and I believe hold it in the tray. I think it all fits in there. I think that's the idea for what they've done, so that you'll randomize them and you can give someone a tray. They'll have the cards for their particular wonder in their tray. And there is a common deck of cards as well. So you'll notice the familiar symbols if you have played Seven Wonders. So very straightforward with materials in gold and blue, red. This is all very familiar. Now, each wonder has its own deck of cards. There we go. And they have different cards in each deck. So you'll have slight advantages from drafting your own pile when playing the game versus drafting from the common pile. Each player will have their own deck that you place inside the tray. So this will go off to the side in front of you. You'll have your cards in your tray, and then they will sit here, and each player will have their own tray, and then the common deck in the middle, and you'll be drafting from the common deck or your own or neighbors. I'm going to remember the exact gameplay. I'm going to still look over the rules again and refresh myself before playing. But the idea is, now with this, you can draft and you don't reveal the card that's underneath when you're picking something up, which is what often happens. This is not a player deck. There you go. Get a player deck. Of course, we haven't shuffled. Don't have the variety here. But you're going to put this out. When you're done, you sort the cards based on their backs. Put them in here. Put them in the tray. Put your wonder elements back in there. And then put the lid back on to store everything in the box. It's a pretty smart design, with I guess all the other components here going in this tray, because now you've separated all the cards into the various holders. There you go. Seems clear, straightforward. Everything will get packed back inside the box. We can pretend it's all there and close it out. You've seen what everything looks like straight out of the box, but rather than leave it at that, I thought I would show you what the game looks like once you assemble it and have it ready to play. Now that everything is stickered and ready to play, you can see why Repros Production took the approach it did for the packaging of this game. Each wonder is contained in its own box. You can take it out and just hand it to someone and they're ready to go. You can put them on the table. People can take turns choosing. You can flip them face down and shuffle them, and someone will choose at random the wonder that they're getting. But when they get all the components, they'll open the box, take out the card holder, they shuffle these cards, you put them face up in the tray, and you put this tray to your left. Got a tray so that you don't have cards stacked here and you accidentally reveal lots of things as you are picking something. Everything stays in the tray, organized on the table. You dump out the 5 pieces of your wonder, and you can use the silhouettes on your package to see how to assemble them if you are not sure. I think these two are swapped. And now you're set to go. You put the lid back on the box, and this here reminds you of the special power you get as you complete certain levels of your wonder. So you must build your wonder from bottom to top. So you do this, you do either of these. If you flip this over, it's got the symbol. It tells you what you do. Take the top cards from your left and right and put them in your collection. So everything is self-contained, and when you finish the game, you pop this back open, you put everything back inside. You're going to have to sort all the cards, which is a bit of a pain, but you just turn them all over and sort them by the backs in the different piles. Put them back in the holder, and you're all set. There is one box that contains common components for all players. You will take out all the tokens. You'll shuffle the progress tokens and reveal 3 of them, and you can stack the others or put them aside. The cat token, the military points that you will hand out to people, and the markers where you adjust how many markers you have out based on the number of players. You also have a deck of common cards, and you shuffle those and put those in the middle of the table. So these are all the common components in one tray that you just set aside once you have pulled everything out for use. Now, these boxes fit really nicely, but they're almost too big. And I say that because when you're digging to get them out, you have no room to dig easily inside here, and so you might end up splitting the box, as I have done, by digging aggressively on the side, and whoops, I ripped it. I'll tape it up at some point, but I just wanted to show you what can happen if you dig a little aggressively. Maybe you want to store them on their side, but I'm not quite sure if that would work. I have not tried that before. Maybe if I had this here and this here, maybe. But I don't even know if that alleviates the digging problem, because you're still going to have to get them out. And possibly you will rip your box as well. But otherwise, this is a great tool to have, just because everything is contained neatly. It packages away. You don't have to bag individual components. All of the wonder parts fit into each individual tray with the cards here. It's a nice solution, although of course you can also see that this raises the price of the game. It's a $50 US retail price. So it is more expensive than it would be if you had just made people put everything in baggies. But you can hand this out nicely. It's organized nicely. It sort of justifies the $50 price because everything fits in this nice package that you can put away. You may or may not like that nice package, but there it is. You get a $50 price tag by doing stuff like that. And in theory, make things easier for everyone. I found it easier so far just because this stuff mostly gets dumped in here. You can organize that as you wish. Put that there. Done. 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 Ready to go for next time. There you go. Unboxing and reboxing 7 Wonders Architects.